The movie opens in Verano, 1992, with a young girl who wakes up in the middle of the night with a tap. She tries to wake her brother, but ends up lured to the swimming pool alone to take her toy back. She put on the pool cleaner to take it out, but her feet slipped, and she fell into the pool. Something seemed to pull her down, but she noticed her mother's shadow from the water. The moment she tries to reach her mother, she suddenly disappears. Hence the girl reaches the pool edge to get out safe and sound, but the toy swims on the top. She again lures her to get the toy, but the evil trap drags her in. She is gone with a loud scream, and the family wrecks the home, considering it is haunted. A few decades later, a former baseball player is searching for a home to rent with his wife and 2 children. They get to run through the same house and find it mesmerizing. The player named Waller is suffering from a terminal illness because of an accident. His desire to get back into the field is still burning somewhere in the heart. He finds a pool in the backyard and finds it a suitable match for his physiotherapy. He finds a baseball between the pool's debris and bends to grab it. Suddenly, a force propels him into the water and he gets his crutches lost in the water. He struggles to get out of the water, but his injured leg helps a little to move out. He takes a deep breath to pump out and finally jumps out of the water gasping. The session with the doctor reveals that Waller's leg strain is worsening, and he should restrict walking or running. She suggests frequent physiotherapy sessions, and they end up renting the house. His wife also suggests him to rent the house because the school is near and the town is homely. Hence, shifting to a new place brings a lot of chores with it. Unpacking the stuff and joining new schools, the teenage girl takes part in a swimming competition because a handsome young boy invites her to. Hence, the whole family sets on the mission of cleaning the pool. Waller is responsible for emptying the drainage. He puts his arm into it to clear the debris, but a squishy thing cuts his palm. He gets his hand filled with blood. Therefore, they call for a pool cleaner who makes it possible to swim. Finally, there is real happiness for the family, and Waller, too, is very happy. He can move his muscle in the water and see his children swimming in the clear and wide pool. Waller is depressed to see his career ruined, but his wife is so good at consolation. His children also encourage him to be the best father, hence they spend quality time together. During the night, the wife goes out swimming to freshen up after working late hours. While diving deep into the water, she notices a black cat with a bell dinging, which seems to predict any danger near, but she ignores it and continues enjoying the water. However, in between the dive, she is jerked to see the flashback of her husband. The worst part is that Waller is sleeping inside and no one is near the pool. Hence, the next routine checkup of Waller blows up their mind with remarkable improvement in his limbs. This is no less than a miracle in the history of medicine. Waller and his wife think of it as the result of water therapy. He is back to jumping, weightlifting, jogging, and running like before. He asks his son to play the coin game in the pool and advises him to act strong. He wants him to build strength and courage to stay in the water for long. The obedient son takes the coin and jumps into the pool with his favorite toy. He notices another coin tapping the water, and he lured to take it. He notices his father's shadow on the surface, but there is no one. He again goes in to find the coin, and suddenly a few more coins start tapping in the water. He collects all of them and notices another shadow. He suddenly jumps out of it, but no one is standing again. He thinks of it as his sister sprang and starts calling her name, but she is now here. He again goes under the water and finds someone standing on the pool wall. He also notices loud terms, but nothing is in there again. He is so confused and scared, but suddenly he hears a sound coming from the drainage hole. A girl asks for his help, and he finds his favorite toy stuck in the hole. He put his hand in to grab the toy, and a strand of hair came out with it. Suddenly, a black-haired giant hand grasps the boy's hand, but pushes it further with a scream. His mother rushes in, but she does not see anything but the toy floating on the water. They discuss the thing with Waller, but he considers it a misperception. He thinks that their son is making up things in his head. They try to encourage him with baseball game practice, but he is lost and scared all the time. His mother tries to build his strength by sharing a kindergarten memory of his sister, and he is motivated to play the game. Waller acts like a coach to all the young boys and shares some tips and tricks to ace the game. His son also performs well. The team also encouraged Waller to play a bet, but he ended up failing to the ground.
However, on the third move, something ripples in the water and the drainage pipe moves a bit. On the contrary, he hits the ball so hard that it rips apart and touches the headlights. Hence, a mind-blowing shot leaves them in awe. In the evening, Waller and his wife are invited to a dinner, and both children are advised to stay in. The daughter calls her boyfriend and threatens the brother to keep it a secret. She joins him in the pool, and they decide to play hide and seek. The boys find the girl, but something horrible happens when it turns out on the girl. She closes her eyes, and the boy gets out of the swimming pool for a prank, but the girl senses an appearance nearby. She approaches it, but it disappears. A few seconds later, she again noticed something in the water and dived in to catch it. But the horrible creature appeared. It pulls her in from the feet, but she struggles out to get out of the water. The watercolor also changes, and it haunts everything present, but only for a few seconds. She finds the boy out and narrates the whole thing. The girl hides everything from her parents and locks herself up. Her brother knows about the color changing and the monster, so he asks her to spill the beans, but she threatens him to keep her mouth shut because she does not want to scare her mother. They have been living a happy life for so long. Therefore, she does not want to ruin it. They have invited the whole town for the pool party this noon. A lot of people join to play different pool games. Suddenly, the mother hears a scream, but it proves to be an illusion. The agent who lent them the house also joined the party, and Waller's wife asks her about the pool. As stated by the pool cleaner, it has not been in use for the last 2 decades. The agent reveals that the previous family was not comfortable using it because of its Elliot events. Rumors spread across the town that a young girl was killed in the pool. She is stunned to hear this and gets to know the girl's name because allured by the same girl from the drainage hole. Waller takes a boy on his shoulder and they start the game of strength. Waller puts the child on their shoulder and suddenly the dramatic pool takes them in. The drainage hole starts splinting. The black smoke traveling into Waller's passageways and turning him into a monster. His eyes turn black and he strongly pushes the young boy into the water. He pulls him so strong that it leaves a mark on his knees. Waller's son was recording all this on the camera and he rushed to his mom after seeing this. They take both of them out and get their breaths back by putting strain on their chests. The party has been destroyed since the 2 lives were about to end. The cops hope to settle the situation, but no one is ready to return to their house. They have no friends in town now. Waller's wife wants to leave the house right now when it's pouring outside. She finally convinces him to leave, but he starts getting sick. Shortness of blood leads to blood splitting out of his mouth and changing the color of his veins. They decide to stay, and the wife starts investigating the pool's tragedy. She gets the young girl's name from the movies start and finds her family. She also finds that many other children and adults go missing after the incident. She gets to know about the young girl's parents and meets her sick mother. At first, she admires the pool and everything about the house, but she starts coughing when she mentions her daughter. In addition, black tears pop out of her eyes while talking about the pool. She astounds the mother of 2 sitting in front of her in the hope of saving her children by saying that the young girl was sacrificed. She exclaimed that water fulfills our wishes, but we have to give something to it. Love asks for sacrifice, and it gives us our inner desire without effort. She wishes for her son's health when she sacrifices that young girl. Her brother tried to save her after hearing the screams of his drowning sister, but she shocked the gate. She let the little girl drown in return for her son's health. She suggests Waller's wife make her husband sacrifice of his children in return for getting his health back, but she tries to compel the lady to save her dead daughter from the curse of black water, because she knows that she is still stuck somewhere in the pool, waiting for someone to free her soul. However, she started coughing so bad that it made her blood black. Her eyes and veins were dripping with black liquid, and the water fountain rippled black water all over the floor. She threatens to run out of the time because she knows that something is going to happen soon. She says that it will all end soon, but Waller's wife takes the purse and leaves. Her phone is wet with the black water from the fountain. In the meantime, the curse has overpowered his body and turned his vitals black. He has turned into a monster ready to offer sacrifice. Waller's little boy notices ripples in the glass water and puts it on the table because his pet cat mews outside. He walks out to take it back home, and it is in the pool on a parachute. He tries to get it, but the horrible creature pulls him in. The glass water cooler changes and it drops on the floor. Hence there was spilling water and broken glass on the floor. A mysterious entity puts the pool cover so the boy cannot swim out. His sister notices him screaming and rushes to save him, but a strong force cannot let her remove the cover. Her mother also joins in, but they both cannot stop the evil from trapping the boy under the water. Finally, the mother jumps into the water to save her son. She finds a deep dungeon inside the pool with dark water, but does not find her son. She gets the pipe for breathing and a torch to find her son and keeps on diving deep into the pool. Finally, she finds her son drowning and takes him out. But a million evil spirits try to stop her from every side. She loses the pipe and torch, but her son is still with her. On the other hand, her daughter gets a piece of glass cracked into her palm and tries to get it out. She also finds her father turned into evil and stops her from calling for help. He also pushes her back from the hair so strongly that he strands leave in his palm. She is injured badly, but tries to get out of the house by every means. The mother loses the way out of the water, but the young girl hops in. She tosses the coin in the water, and a light illuminates the corner of the pool. She struggles to swim out of it and manages to save her son. All of the water fills his lungs. She consumed the cursed water. The father reaches in, and he choked his wife for saving the boy. He grabs her neck for threatening, but his daughter dodges and trashes him with the baseball stick. He loses his grip and leaves his wife. She tries to recall all his lovely memories with her and the kids so that the real Waller can recognize his family. The motivational call works. He splits out of all the cursed water and gets normal. Suddenly, his son wakes up and starts suffering because the curse has shifted to him. His eyes and veins are getting darker, and the black water covers the pool. Waller notices and decides to sacrifice himself for his son's life. He walks into the pool and disappears somewhere in the black water. Instead, his family keeps screaming for him, but he never returns. A few days pass, and they find a coin from their father with a smile on it, the coin that he had thrown into the water long ago. Hence they fill the pool with soil to block it forever.